South Africa, and good morning, Rick.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Yeah, it's an honor.
Yeah. Just off the top of your head, if you're setting up a new portrait, just a quick impromptu session portrait, are there 1, 2, 3 things in the back of your mind that you're trying to get?
Well, there's a couple. Number one is think about the background. If I took a close-up picture of you right now, Tom, I could take this picture in my backyard, right? It would look boring. So what I would recommend doing here is doing the environmental portraits. In other words, a picture of the subject in the environment. So for that, you want a wide-angle lens, a small aperture, and make sure everything in the scene is in focus. And like Kevin said, you don't want usually you don't want the background brighter. But I'd like to tell the whole story too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in for the environmental shot first, and then I'm gonna go in for the tight head shot like Kevin recommended, using the telephoto lens. So for the environmental shot, you definitely want the wide angle lens.
So for your environmental wide angle, but how about depth of field? Do you want to know you're in the environment? Does it have to be tack sharp, or are you still just
Well, if
all
I'm doing,
about the eyes?
well, if you look around here, if you're going to take the environment is great, right in the background, I would want to use a small aperture to get everything in the scene in focus. But I focus on the eyes and then reposition to make sure everything in the scene is in focus. And then I would go in doing the opposite for the telephoto, like Kevin was saying. Focus on the eyes, and that depth of field is important. So if people are in a situation like this, I would definitely recommend showing the pictures to the instructor.
And how about eye contact with you and the shooter? Do you want a mixture of both?
Well, this is the most important thing. You have to remember, as Kevin was saying, this is just saying it in a different way, that the camera looks both ways. In picturing the subject, we're also picturing a part of ourselves. So if I'm standing here taking a picture, you see how deadly that was for 3 seconds? So you want to keep the conversation going. So your gestures, your eye contact, your body, the emotion that you're projecting is going to be reflected in your picture. So that's so important. Speaking about the eyes, unless you're going for a silhouette, I feel if the eyes aren't in focus and well lit, I feel as though you've missed the shot. So that's why we could use these reflectors to bounce some light into the eyes, which is going to look really cool.